The fate of the so-called Dreamers remains unresolved, and there doesn't appear to be any broader immigration policy on the horizon either. A new exhibit at the Tenement Museum here in New York sets the politics aside by examining the stories of three families who came to the United States after World War II. The exhibit is called Under One Roof. Yvette Feliciano reports.
See, visitors love to do that because that sound, some of them haven't heard that sound in many years.
9 years of being VP of Programs and Education at New York City's Tenement Museum has given Annie Poland an appreciation for the tiny details that bring the immigrant experience to life.
This apartment is almost like 3 time capsules rolled into one. We realized that we could be able to, in one exhibit, tell at once a migration story, an immigration story, and a refugee story. What we're also trying to do is show the impact of immigration laws on the lives of families.
The three families profiled lived in this building at 103 Orchard Street at different points from the 1950s and 1960s through the early 2000s. When you walk into the dining room, you meet Kalman and Rivka Epstein, Jewish refugees from Poland who escaped the Holocaust.
These are pictures of Kalman and Rivka, who come in 1947.
They met in a displaced persons camp in Frankfurt, Germany. In December 1945, President Harry Truman signed an executive order that allowed them and 23,000 other refugees to come to the U.S. They had 2 daughters, Bella and Bluma, who lived in this recreated bedroom. Bella Epstein recounts her favorite song growing up in the 1950s and learning about American culture through pop music. Her voice is embedded in this record player.
I had gotten my mother to buy me a record, Oh Please Stay By Me, Diana.
I'm so young and you're so old, this my darling, I've been told.
That was the song. It was played more in my house than I think anywhere else in the world. That was it. That made me an American.
In the next stop, you meet Ramonita Riveres Saez, who migrated from Puerto Rico to New York with her 2 sons, Jose and Andy Velez. Saez worked in a garment factory and joined the International Ladies Garment Workers Union.
This picture of Ramonita, this picture was used as, in part, the basis for this exhibit.
She was part of the wave of more than 500,000 Puerto Ricans who migrated to New York City in the 1940s and 50s. The museum meticulously recreated this 1960s living room to look like hers. But it's the plastic-covered couch, which keeps it free of stains and spills, that spurs memories for visitors of many different backgrounds.
They could be Americans of Chinese descent, Irish descent, Italian descent, they could be African American. But if you lived in the United States in the 60s and 70s, you had a relative, if not, your own home, that had that plastic-covered furniture. So this is the Wong sisters' bedroom. It's recreated to be about the 1970s.
The Wong family immigrated to the U.S. from Hong Kong in 1965. Like Saez, Mrs. Wong, who didn't want to share her first name, worked in the garment factories in the neighborhood, which the museum highlights in its recreated sewing factory. Short video interviews with Wong and others in the garment industry are projected throughout the room. The same year the Wong family came to the U.S. in 1965, the Immigration and Nationality Act was signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The legislation brought sweeping changes to the immigration system by eliminating race-based national origin quotas set in the 1920s, which favored Northern and Western European countries. It also prioritized the reunification of families.
Being able to frame stories through the lens of family allows people, gives people the room to talk about immigration and talk about refugees and talk about migrants in a way that's more open than when we talk about it with regard to policy or laws or rhetoric that is repeated over and over again. What we try to do is offer a space for people to approach these topics with fresh eyes.
After the exhibit was finished last summer, the members of the three families were some of the first visitors. The exhibit is now on permanent display at the Tenement Museum.